Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the winner, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be doing sort of a review, but also more or less a comparison of the Valentine's Day update from 2014 and the Valentine's Day DLC from 2016. So I can't even begin to tell you how many tweets I got ever since this DLC came out on Wednesday regarding, what I thought about the DLC. Did I think it was worth it? Was I happy with it? What would you rate it? 1 out of 10. And I figured if that many people were interested, then I should probably make a video. And I figured that the best way to make a really good comparison video or grading video was to judge it on a similar DLC that we've already had, which is the 2014 rendition of this DLC. So before I can really get into giving you my overall rating, we need to do some comparison. So the first Grand Theft Auto Online Valentine's Day DLC was the Valentine's Day Massacre Special, which came out February 13th in 2014. And once again, this was only available on the old generation, so PS3, Xbox 360. Essentially, this update included the Albany Roosevelt, it included the Gutenberg Sweeper, as well as a bunch of new attire options like double-breasted suits, flapper dresses, sexy undergarments, novelty t-shirts, hats, masks, and more. And that was a pretty good amount of content right there. But Rockstar also added more. They added 10 new jobs, including Shotgun Wedding, Property Values, Creek, which was a parachuting job, Vinewood Tours, Motor Boating, Heartbreaker, and there were a few others that they added as well. And really the only other thing that update did to the game was make the Rat Loader now available to Grand Theft Auto Online. You guys remember for the longest time the Rat Loader was not available in online, and this update actually brought it back into the game, which was super cool. Okay, so now that you've been refreshed on that content, let's kind of compare it to what we've just now received in the Be My Valentine's update. We got a new vehicle, Albany Roosevelt Valor, new clothing attire, and then the new adversary mode, Till Death Do Us Part. That's pretty much it. Those were like the three big things right there. And then we get to compare that to the old stuff. All right, so let's just break it down category by category. In terms of cars, I'm going to call it a tie because one new vehicle was added each. Now, I'll talk about my opinions on the Roosevelt itself a little bit later, but since each update added one new vehicle, we're going to call that a tie. I'd also like to call the clothing a tie as well, although I think that the old generation DLC, the Valentine's Day Massacre, brought more clothing items, so I'll give it a close tie, leaning towards the old generation DLC. If we're looking at sheer volume of new jobs that the DLC brought into the game, the 2014 one brought 10 new jobs, whilst this new DLC only brought one new adversary mode, so the advantage would clearly swing to the old DLC. And also, last but not least, the old DLC, the Valentine's Day Massacre Special, brought a new weapon, the Gutenberg Sweeper, whereas the Be My Valentine update did not bring any new weapons. All right, so now let's get into breaking this all down. Let's start with comparing the vehicles. I've done comparison videos in the past, and essentially the two upgrades you're getting for the Roosevelt Valor are new customization, which there's a pretty good amount, and you're also getting a slightly increase in performance with the addition of the spoiler that you can put on the back. Now, is it worth the $200 to $300 to $400,000 more dollars you can spend on the Roosevelt? I'm really not too sure. That's where it's going to be up to you. Some people, that might not be any money at all, but to some people, that might be a ton of money. So again, I can't really determine whether you think that's worth it or not. As far as the clothing, I don't know. It's really a toss-up because the clothing in both of the updates were really fun. They were both unique. I think that the females got the worst end of the clothing from this DLC, and I think that the males got the better end in terms of like the new suits and real accessories that they got. But again, you might really like the female stuff. You might really like the male stuff, but I think the clothing was a little bit better in this part of the update. And I'll be honest with you, even though we only got one new job, which is an adversary mode, and it's the stuff you're seeing in the gameplay background right now, Till Death Do Us Part is a ton of fun. And in my opinion, it's better than the 10 jobs that they added in the original Valentine's Day DLC. Probably jobs that I haven't played in forever. But Till Death Do Us Part is a ton of fun, especially if you got like one really good friend that you love doing death matches with, you're absolutely going to enjoy this update. And really the last bit of this was the weapon. I'm kind of disappointed that there wasn't a new weapon added, or that Rockstar didn't make a second version of the Gusenberg Sweeper, like the Sweeper 2.0, because it just seemed like a copy and paste job when it came to putting the Gusenberg Sweeper in the game, as well as the other past clothing items. Now, I think it was great that they added that content, because as I mentioned earlier, there were a lot of people that didn't get to experience that, but I still wish there were some minor 1-2 changes there that made it a little bit more worth it to maybe upgrade or to do something different. So now I guess it's time to get into my review and what I think about the update. I think it was a pretty good DLC. Now, obviously, this was meant to be a very small update. Of course, with clothing and one new vehicle, you can only do so much. But I've stated in other videos that with DLCs like this, you can't expect the content to keep you entertained solely. What you're going to need to do is to make the content fun by doing things with it. I'll give you guys a great example. So the other day, I did a live stream with like 30 or 45 of you guys. We did some car shows for the new Albany Roosevelt Valor. We did some fashion shows featuring all the new clothing. And that's how you make this update fun. You can't expect this to be a killer DLC like Lowriders and Executives and Other Criminals was just by trying to enjoy it by yourself. I mean, there's only so much you can do with the Albany Roosevelt Valor, and there's only so many times you can change your fedora or put on a different suit. So you've really got to make this the most of it, have fun, and now that, of course, this new adversary mode is out, which you're seeing gameplay in the background right now, it'll be way more easier to enjoy it with your friends because this will give you some organized things to do. So I'm not really a huge fan of like stars or like 1 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. But if I had to give this a good review, I would say maybe like a 7, 7.5, somewhere along there. It certainly wasn't a slam dunk, but it certainly wasn't like a fall flat on your face. And it really was a small DLC that I think is just meant to hold us off to something epic that could possibly be coming out in March or April. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to that soon. Hopefully we get some more information on that, but I really am enjoying the Valentine's Day DLC. I think it was something nice and fun to look forward to. Let me know what your opinions are in the comment section down below, and also let me know which version of the DLC you liked better. Did you like the 2014 version, or did you like the 2016 version? I'll have comments in the comment section down below that'll say like for 2014, like for 2016. So go down there and interact with it and let me know which one you thought was the best. Now, of course, with out of the way, if you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Grand Theft Auto 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.